All right, speed drills and calf explosions. Basically, speed drills, we'll talk about reaction time and lag time in a minute. But as far as calf explosions, I want you to be light on your feet. So we've heard about being caught flat-footed. So, if I'm standing here, if I said, hey, I want you to fight like this, I want you to curl your toes up and walk on your heels, I want you to fight me. You're not going to be able to move fast. You're not going to be able to fight fast. Okay, so that's the whole point, is getting on the toes. And I want to be able to, bam, explode off my calves. I want to be physically capable enough to ring around the rosy, to fight those 5 guys. Okay, and getting used to this sort of thing, bam, making scenarios in your mind, boom, getting offline, bam, 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 bam. Calf explosions, calf explosions. You're an athlete, you're in good shape. Neither you or I are getting any younger, but it's always good to keep those quick twitch muscles in our calves trained in case we need to act upon them and use them in a self-defense situation. Okay? So, calf explosion, boom. And it's not always, I say calf explosion, but it's really not just calf explosion, it's picking that front foot up. So if I'm here, I'm picking that front foot up, what happens? Gravity helps me go that way, and then, boom, with my calf, I can be that much quicker. Okay, so it's not all calf. Ugh. Pick up that front leg, gravity puts me in that direction, and then go. Same, going backwards. It's not, okay, it's whoop, shift, my weight, gravity, and then getting offline. Okay? And just know, whenever you cross your legs like this, that's okay for a transition, but I don't want to stay there too long. I'm tied up. Okay? I can't get offline. Boom! Then I get back into a stronger stance. Okay? Best stance for fighting is here. Angled. Okay? All right. Lag time. What happens in our brain that creates lag time is the order of how we see and perceive and react to things. So you have to see something or sense something with one of your 5 senses. In this one we're going to use eyesight, of course. So you see something. Oh, here comes a fist. A fist is coming to my face. Okay. Your sensory nerve, your eyes, send that signal via the afferent nerves to your brain. Hey, a fist is coming to your face. Better do something about it. Then your brain goes, oh, hey, we better do something about it, processes the information, sends a message or a command via the efferent nerves or the motor nerves to the muscles, telling the muscles to act. Hey, step to the side. So those are the 4 processes that generally happen. You have to sense something, it's signal sent to your brain comes up with a scenario or a defense or a reaction, sends that signal back out via the efferent or motor nerves to your muscles to act. Move, move. And why it's called lag time is because the attacker has half those many steps to punch you in the face. He says, hey brain, I want to punch this guy in the face. The brain sends the signal to the efferent nerves and motor nerves to the muscles, punch him, boom. So you're using twice as many things to react to that. Okay, he has half as much. So reaction or action beats reaction every time. You hear that? It's very much true, except there is a way to beat it. There is a way to tie it. There is a way, and that is through your peripheral vision. So if I'm focused on something, hey, here comes that fist. That's what puts me into a lag time frame of mind. Whereas I go, okay, he's got a knife. I'm going to look here. I'm going to look here so I can see all his weapons. Okay, and I'm aware of that knife in his hand. Oh shit, he's got a knife. Boom. Okay, I'm going to look for openings. I know where that knife is, but I mean, his feet can hurt me. He might have something else over here, but I'm looking here. okay? And what I do when I open my bubble and open my world and I'm aware, okay, I can react a lot quicker. I see things that happen faster, okay? The same thing happens in a reflex. If I'm walking through a field and a grasshopper, well, reflexes are faster, but if I'm walking through the field and a grasshopper comes out of the side of my peripheral vision, I do a lot of things that, whoa, and they're immediate, they're reflexive. So I act much faster, I react much quicker in a reflex. And the same steps still happen. I perceive something through my peripheral vision, okay? It sends a signal to my central nervous system, my spinal cord, and my brain. It says, hey, move, numbnuts. But the thing is, it either bypasses the brain or the fact that I'm using my peripheral vision allows me to harness my reflexes, and I just go. So when I unplug and I say, okay, there's the weapon, and I take perception and focus out of the equation, like, what's he doing with that knife? What's he doing with that knife? He's trying to stab me. That puts me in a lag time frame of mind, puts me in a slower reactive state. Whereas, okay, he's got a knife. It's in that hand. I'm looking here. I can see all his weapons. I'm going to be aware of it, okay? But now, whoa, I'm more like seeing that seeing that grasshopper come out of the side. I can move, and it's just, you can work on it and practice it, just concentrating. I mean, I try to do it at home. If I'm going to reach into my refrigerator and grab the milk, try to see where everything is, start widening my mind, widening my bubble, being aware, okay? So we do it all the time when we're driving too. We got two side mirrors, a rear view mirror. You can look straight ahead. You know someone's pulling, you're aware. So start trying to see without actually looking. Okay, observing versus perceiving, or focus, okay? So you can start training that way as well. 45-degree angles. It's kind of like we were talking about the overhead slash. I hope we talked about the overhead slash. Can't remember, but I don't want to just fight on a horizontal plane, okay? Now we kind of do that for our drills, okay? But I want to start going here, being able to do whatever I need to do, overhead, okay? As far as 45-degree angles, the human body, the way our bone structures work, we tend to be fairly well protected perpendicularly, or you can hit that way, okay? But you're going to have greater effect if you start hitting angles, okay? You start chopping angles. So instead of me just coming here, I'm going to come here on the brachial plexus origin. I'm going to chop at a 45-degree angle. Okay, so I'm not just going to hit perpendicular. I mean, it's probably going to hurt either way, and it's going to be effective. But I tend to have gravity helping me. Boom! Okay? Plus, you hit this way, and you hit at an angle, it's more of a shear. It's more of a smear. Okay? Getting hit, punched in the stomach, that's one thing. It's going to knock the air out of them. But if I punch someone in the stomach down and at an angle, it's not only going in, but it's also moving and tearing stuff off itself, okay, or making membranes separate, stomach linings separating from whatever, right? So it tends to be a more devastating blow when you're talking about 45-degree angles. I mean, think of an uppercut. That's an angle, okay? So it's not just angles down, but it can be angles up, okay? A lot of times in Aikido or takedown system, grappling arts, they get someone down, they're coming down, then they boom. It's a devastating thing. They're just changing the angles. Okay, so angles are good. And then when we're talking about angles as well, it's fighting. Okay, so I don't want to fight someone head on. Okay, I want to be at an angles. I want to fight them from behind. So we kind of talk about that when we talk about 45-degree angles. But the main thing is just think about the angles of your strikes. Okay, overhand, that's an angle. That's like what's coming down. Okay, at an angle. Okay. All right. triangle defense, or triangle, using the secret of the triangle for off balancing an opponent. Wherever my feet are, it draws a line. This is one point, this is the other point, there's the line. Okay? There's the line. There's the line. Okay, this is my line of power. We're bipeds. So this is my line of power. No matter where my feet are, they draw that line. And that's my line of power. It's where I'm strong. So think of tug of war. Do I tug of war like this? No, I'm going to be off balance. I tug of war like this. Okay, so this is how I'm going to tug of war. I'm along my line of power. We naturally tend to know that's a strong position. Okay? Because that's a strong position, you have two weak positions as well. If you were to take my toes, those are 2 points of a triangle, and then draw an equilateral point from that third point of that triangle. Those are 2 points of the triangle. There's the third one around there for the equilateral triangle. That's my point of weakness. Okay? I'm off balance there. I don't care how strong you are. I can stand here. Anyone can stand here like this. They put their hands out here. And you say, okay, push. You're gonna be able to push them and pull them off balance really easily from there. That's where you want to fight somebody. That's where you want to direct your energy to off balance an opponent. Okay? So you can almost look at their feet. Okay? And it's a good idea to look at your feet, because wherever their feet are, that's a line. Just think of a crisscross perpendicular to that line. That's where they're off balance. Okay? And also, if they're off balance and they want to punch you, it's not going to be a strong punch. Okay? If you're in front of them here, and this is a really good strong stance, more in line with their line of power, they're going to punch you, and then you move this way, and they punch you. It's not going to be near as strong, because you're angling towards their point of weakness. Boom. Okay? And that's kind of where in UFC and in boxing and stuff like that, man, he's working the angles. He's going away from his strong side. Okay? So it doesn't matter if they're right-handed, left-handed. If you fight them like this to their this, you're going to be stronger, even if you're weaker. Hope that makes sense. This is a much stronger position. Okay? Some guy standing here trying to fight me like this. Okay? Because that's off balance. Okay? So some guy steps in, boom, and you get to the side. There are his 2 feet. He can get off. You can push him off balance really easily. So secret of the triangle for off balancing an opponent. Secret of the triangle for how you want to fight somebody. Some guy takes a swing at you, boom, you step off line. Look where you are. You're here. Okay, more towards his area of weakness. You just sidestepped him, or you stepped in front of him here. Boom. Okay. So if some guy comes in, takes a swing, you step here. Boom. He can go off balance really easily. Or he comes in, you sidestep here. Okay? Now if he were to come in and punch, boom, and you were to block, get off line, you could pull him right over that point of weakness. Okay? And that kind of goes into the other one, takedowns. So when we're looking at takedowns, see where their legs are. Okay? The other thing is, where the head goes, the body will follow. So if I gut punch somebody and they're here, here's their point of weakness, okay, perpendicular. I could take their head and go all the way back this way against their point of weakness there. I mean, I can also pull their pants and they're going to go down. But where the head is, the body's going to follow. So if I gut punch somebody and he bends down here, he's off balance. He's over his point of weakness. It's going to be real easy to take him out, take him down. So when we're talking about takedowns as well, think about your feet. If I were to draw a line between my front toes and my back heels, that's my platform. Okay? So if that were a circle or an oval, That's my platform. As long as my head is above my platform, I have balance. Okay? As soon as my head goes over that line, my head goes over my platform, I'm off balance. Okay? Even by a little bit, I'm off balance. Got gravity working on me, I'm off balance, I'm over my point of weakness. I can be over my line of power this way, but I'm off balance because I'm over my platform. Okay? So think about platform and someone being over their line of over their platform, on their line of point of weakness for taking people down. Okay? So the other thing when it comes to takedown defense is it's going to be much harder for someone to take me down if they're trying to do a double leg grab. It'd be easier to do a double leg grab and throw me on my back if I stand here. Okay, but it's also working against my point of weaknesses here. My opponent would be working with my point of weakness. But if I stand here, okay, and someone wants to grab me and try to pull my leg, boom, boom, boom. I mean, whatever. It's going to be very hard to tip me over along my line of power. Okay, so if someone starts to grab you and starts to try to take you down, short, fat candle, I'll widen up my platform, make sure my head's above my platform, okay? Otherwise, I'm off balance, right? No matter how, my head goes outside my lines between my toes and my heels, that's my platform, I'm off balance. So, maintain my head over my platform, okay? Short, skinny candle is easy to tip over, and it's easy to get my head over my platform here. Wide based candle, harder to tip over. I've just widened my platform, and I don't want my opponent to sneak into my point of weakness, or that's perpendicular to my line of power. Okay? Hope this all makes sense. I got some extended batons. They're pretty nice. These are, I think, 21-inch. I mean, they're not legal to carry around on the streets. I carry them around in my car though, but they're pretty nice. I do want to show you this real quick when we're talking about the universal block. I developed a double vertical figure 8 universal block. I mean, I don't develop it. I'm sure someone else has come up with it, but I've adopted it, or just decided it was a pretty good catch-all. So when we're talking about the universal block, boom, boom, okay, here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a double one to make sure I'm clear. If I were going to turn around blind and someone goes, hey, I'm going to punch your face off, I'm going to turn around, get some distance, and I'm going to be doing a double universal block. That covers a lot of real estate, okay? And I can angle too, right? But this double universal block covers a lot of real estate. If someone were punching me, and he's fast, I can start gaining distance, getting away, okay? With sticks, it looks like, and from here I can go vertical, and then I can also go down here. I can go way low if I want. Boom, boom. When we're talking about overhead strikes, we're talking about 45-degree angles. There's also, and I think I showed you this, hopefully I did, but coming up, a double universal block can also be strikes. I could be here. Boom. Okay? So I can almost doing universal block and strikes. See how they're coming out? All right, buddy. Hope this turns out well. Hope it answers most of your questions. Feel free to email me. This might be a huge file I'm trying to send over the internet, and I got to figure out how to zip it and make sure I get it to you. Blessings to you and your family, and thanks for staying in touch, bro.